Hey guys, it's Irish again. In this video, I thought I would show you how to install Arch under a new distribution called Architect. Now, Carl Duff is the creator of a installer called Dilution Installer, which brings back just a step-by-step guide on how to do it just through command prompts, or not through command prompts, but through an installer, just like any other distro. This was part of the Evolution distribution, but due to the lack of interest and other stuff, they decided to get rid of that and move over to Architect. So far, it's been a pretty big hit. So I'm going to show you guys how to install uh, Arch while using this installer. So if we go to, they do have a source forge on how to download this. I will put that in the link below. But let's go to VirtualBox and show you how. I have tested this out, as you can see right here. So we're just gonna breeze through the virtual machine setup really fast. So we're just gonna go New, Arch Linux, and we're gonna go the 64-bit route. Hit Next. We're just gonna do a little over a gig. Enter. Just hit Next, and we're just gonna do like we'll say 32 gigs, and create. So we're just gonna go to Settings. Go to the display, make sure you put that all the way, and then storage. Then you just want to go to wherever, most likely when you download it, it's going to be in your downloads folder. So just do that, hit open, hit OK, and then we'll just start it. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty nice so far. So we're just going to boot into Arch Linux, the Architect version. It boots pretty quick. I'll try to get this a little bigger. There we go. Get rid of some of this stuff here. So as once it boots up, you're gonna get into the network configuration. So if you are doing this on native hardware, this will ask you for for your network NIC. So we're just gonna select English. Right now they have Italian, Russian, Turkish, and the Netherlands. So they are adding more and more languages. So if you guys want to translate, Carl Duff would be happy for you guys to contribute to this. So we're just going to click on English. So nice thing, it's all checked, and now it's synchronizing all the databases. So we'll just let that go, and once that's done, we're just going to click OK. So we're going to prepare, so we can do set virtual console. So we're going to go all the way down to the United States. So it's going to be US. And then we're going to configure the install mirrors. So we can generate this list by country, or you can manually do it just like in the step-by-step guide that I did before. So we're just going to generate list by country. And we're going to go all the way down again to the United States. So this is going to use nano. So all of this will be generated. So we're just going to do a Control X. And we do want to use the generated mirror list. So we'll just say yes. And hit OK. So now we can go back. And then we can list devices. This is going to show anything but our virtual disk. So if you had put this on a USB stick, it will show that and plus your hard drive. So we're just going to hit exit. We're going to partition disk. We're going to do this. Now you can auto partition this through BIOS or UEFI, or you can use CFdisk, FDisk, GDisk to manually do it. But for purposes on this video, we're just going to auto partition this. So we're going to do that. And then just stating that all the data that's already on there will be destroyed, but there's nothing on there, so we'll just hit continue and hit exit since we've partitioned this. And then we can mount our partitions. SDA1. We'll just do this to extension 4, but you can do it to any of the others. Hit that. So mount is successful. We do not have a swap file, so we'll just hit none and we'll go back. So now we're just going to install our base. So we can refresh Pacman keys if we want. So we'll just do that really fast. And then we're just going to install our base. So we can do the latest kernel plus base devel, the LTS kernel, which is at 3.10.19 something. So we're just going to do the latest kernel plus the base devel. So this should get us everything that we need for a base Arch install. So you guys seen me do this on my the first video on my previous Arch installation video. So this will get you everything that you need to set up an Arch install. So this doesn't cover adding the root password or any of the usernames. So we'll just let this run. It won't take too much. So depending on your processor and everything, this should go by pretty quickly, but I have a couple years old Dell laptop, so it's going a little slower. Plus I only have a dual core, so it's just chugging along. So I will come back to you guys when this is done. So once that's done, you can then go down the list and install the bootloader. So we can choose between grub2 or syslinux. We'll just do the grub2, and this will install OS Prober, which is just in case you have any other operating systems. And yes, we want it as for the entire hard drive here, so we're just going to click yes. So if you are dual booting with another distro or Windows, you want to add OS Prober because it will pick up what you have. So I'll show you this, but it does not pick up what mine is. So we go here, and if we display wireless device, none is detected, but I'm thinking that's because this is in virtual machine. So if you don't know if it's a Broadcom Intel Pro 2100 or 2200 series, you can just click all and it will install everything. So you'll just, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks if you don't know. This should show you, the first one should show you which one you have, and then you can choose which one. So we're just going to go back and then back again. And now we can configure our base. So we can generate fstab. We'll just do this. And then set our host name. So we're just going to say Arch. Okay. Set our time zone. Since I'm in America. And then I am in Chicago time zone. So say yes. And then set the hardware clock. Now this one, again, if you're dual booting with Windows, it may be advantageous to do local time, but there is a way to have Windows configure it to UTC. So we're just going to do UTC here. Then click OK, and then set our system locale. So we are going to go all the way down to en_us.utf-8. Click OK. And then this set desktop keyboard layout. So this one, if you have a Dvorak or anything else like that, so we're just going to go all the way down till we have the US English, and click OK, and then click back. So now we can do configure user accounts, and now we can set our root password, hit OK, re-enter it, and now we can add whatever one. So we'll just do Irish, and then it will ask you to put in your password. So let's do the same one as root. And then we just go back. So now we can install our desktops. So we can do our install graphics and sound, hit OK. So this is just saying that it's installing ALSA, Xorg, all the Xorg packages out there, and then the XF86 input, all of that it determines. So we're just going to click OK. And this will install what we need here. And once this is done, I will come back. So it will ask if you want to install the open source driver, or because if we're in VirtualBox, it figured that out, so we'll just say yes. So this will automatically do the mod probe and then add the VBox video, guest, and XSF. So we'll just hit OK. And this will install 4 packages. So this will be pretty quick. So now we can install our desktop environment. So we're just going to click OK. So now we can choose with everything. So we can do Cinnamon, Enlightenment, GNOME Shell Minimum, GNOME Extra, KDE5, LXDE, LXQT, Mate. It's got a bunch of stuff on here. It's missing a few, but those can be easily added, like Xmonad and the likes of that, JWM, stuff like that. So we'll do. So we'll just take a look at what KDE5 will give us. So this will take just a little bit, so I will come back once this is done. Okay, so once KDE5 is installed, you're going to get this that some environments require common files to be installed, like KDG user -directs, poolkit, GVS, all that stuff. So you can install this. So we'll just we'll click no for this one, and then we can just do our network manager. Click OK, and then we can just do our display manager /login screen. So we can click that. During the installation, KDE5 uses a display manager called SDDM, which will be automatically enabled. If you decide to use GNOME or i3 or whatever, it will give you an option of Slim and stuff like that. So you can choose whichever one that you like. Click OK. We'll click back. And then we can install accessibility packages like Orca and stuff, but we can skip that, and we'll just do run mk init cpio, hit run, and this will it's the finishing touches. This is what you need to do to make sure that everything is all good. So you can see we're starting the build for kernel 4.1-6. Now we can review the configuration files. We can do all that. So we're doing SDM grub. We can look at our fstab. It does come with the sudo all pre-installed. It can do hosts, host name, or locale.conf, and then the vconsole.conf. So we can go back and we can click done. And then we can close the installer. So we'll ask if we want to reboot, so we'll just click yes. And then if you still have the ISO or the install medium in there, you can get rid of that. Or if you do, you can do boot existing OS. And then as you can see, our grub menu is here. So we'll just hit Arch Linux. Starting version, this is all normal, so you guys can ignore it. And then this should boot up right into the SDDM, which is our display manager for KDE5. So this should boot up, hopefully. So as you can see, it's my username, so we just put in our password. There might be some lag because this isn't a virtual machine, but everything should be fine. And there we go. We have Arch Linux installed. It's loading up KDE5, and yeah, it's much faster than doing the traditional way. But my opinion is if you want to install, if you're a first-time Arch person or thinking about switching to Arch, I would do it the traditional way, going to the Arch wiki and doing it that way, or following my other video because I do it the traditional way, the vanilla way. This installer is very good for those seasoned Arch users who just want to get ready and get going and get everything installed. This does also install a lot more packages than you may want to install, so it sort of conflicts with the Arch way, if you want to put those in quotes, but I definitely love this installer. If anything goes wrong with my current Arch install, I will definitely use it this way. So I say you guys give it a shot, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to show you guys next video how to uh, reset your root password if you forgot it. So I will catch you guys next video.